Hello and welcome back here to WESG in Haiku, China. My name is Risk. Alongside me is Anders, and we are ready to go almost for the last game of the day. It's going to be Parallax from Australia against none other than ViCi, who we saw on stage earlier here, of course, the homeboys from China.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting game from New Zealand, right?
It could be from New Zealand. I could
Parallax,
be wrong.
I think they are.
Yeah, you're probably right.
We were just discussing where the name comes from.
Yeah.
And your bet was...
My bet was a villain from the DC universe, and your bet was something to do with physics. That says a lot about
that's the only
two of us.
That's the only thing I know, like the parallax effect, you know, how we measure stars and stuff like that. I don't know, like I've never even heard of the other thing.
Then again, the parallax from the DC universe is kind of spacey for a villain, so it makes sense.
Someone over at DC knew something about that, maybe.
Yeah. Who knows?
Okay, go look it up. It's interesting. It's it's worth knowing. It's worth knowing a little bit about. I actually took the bus from the airport with the Parallax guys, or at least some of them. They seem like really cool guys. And I don't know how they're going to be playing here. I mean, that's a big question, right?
Yeah, they have been not so good.
They've had a hard time
in the first couple of games. Lost against Wololos and Belgium, of course. They're in group with those guys. Both great teams, but they lost 16-4 and 16-5, so not the greatest of showings.
Yeah, but what's even troubling about losing those kind of... Like, you don't even really get a chance to get in the game, you know. Like, you at least want to ramp up your performance along over the course of the day. When you lose the games like that, it's going to be tricky. So, we'll see.
On the other side of things, ViCi have had 2 close games against both of those teams, getting 10 to 11 rounds each time. So, stats-wise, they should be the favorite for this one. I think they are a little bit so as well. But Parallax, they still have that fear of being eliminated with a single win, and hopefully that can light a fire inside them.
We'll find out. They're going to be in Mirage as well. So, another well-known map. Wonder if we're ever going to see Nuke in this. It feels like the sort of tournament where Nuke just won't show up at all ever.
Yeah, it shouldn't, because almost in every game, I think apart from maybe some of the semifinals, but I don't think any of the teams that will go to the semifinals actually like Nuke, so they're just going to insta-ban it anyway, probably in the second ban.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like that's going to be a possibility. It could be one of the teams, like one of these mixed teams, if they just want to leave it in there just to trick the other team and then just pick it randomly for just making it hard to play. They don't even know it themselves. Just make it hard for the opposition.
Just to try. Yeah, should do that. Someone should do that.
I hope so. My fingers are crossed.
So you're going to go with ViCi on this one. I feel like I have to go down that route as well.
Yeah. It could be a close game, though. We have no idea. Because these two teams, the last time they played was in 2016. So we can't really use stats for anything in this one.
No. There's no way those were the same teams. So.
No.
Have you ever been to New Zealand?
I have never been to New Zealand. It's almost at the top of my bucket list to go to New Zealand.
Yeah, I would really love to go there. It just seems like an incredible place, you know. If they have earthquakes and stuff, don't they? Though I mean, that's a little bit scary.
That's true. But then again, they have so much beautiful nature, so it kind of
maybe you don't even care.
Yeah.
No, that's why I would go. I would go for the nature part of it, you know.
Yeah, just go for a big Australia to New Zealand kind of round trip for a month.
I mean, that would probably take you more than a month, wouldn't it? I mean, if you want to see all of Australia anyway.
All of Australia, I don't think you would ever be able to see all of Australia, really.
Just hiking through the north. There's no one else there. All right, well, we are going to get into the game here. It's a best of 1 on Mirage, and it's Parallax versus ViCi Gaming. 9th round coming up now. So, China versus Australia, or New Zealand, if you prefer. That flag is always, it's too close, you know. Makes you worried, but... yeah, I'm interested. I'm really interested in this one. So it's just, we've already had ViCi Gaming before, so we kind of recognize their names. So it's Raz, Sitco, Nick, Lonsdale, and Gratisfaction. And I swear that was a different name from the one that I saw. Am I making that up?
I'm pretty sure he was on the team
for
a long time. He's actually going to be my player to watch out for, because I know we don't have a lot of stats on these guys, but Gratisfaction statistically, I think is the strongest player on that New Zealand team. So definitely he'll be the one to look out for. Some of these names, not really some that you'll know a lot about if you're just a normal player.
So I think Lonsdale is just Lons.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So we'll call him that anyway, because that's what it says on HLTV. So that's what we'll go with for now.
Mr. Lons.
Mr. Lons, indeed. And starting on the CT side, it will be Parallax and ViCi starting on the T side. We'll see. We've had some pretty common pistol rounds so far. Interested to see if we can try and swap it up a bit. Advent going to be picking up a smoke and a couple of flashbangs. So again, it's not going to be too crazy.
Yeah, this is pretty much the standard that we see these days. 2 flashbangs and a smoke on the in-game leader. Armor on everyone else. CT side buys no armor. Sometimes you see kit smoke on a CT player, but this time around it's not going to be. Oh, that's why Gratisfaction have those good stats. Nice one bullet onto Shocking, or Choking if you will, on Lonsdale with an opening onto TB. So already now 5v3. Very good setup, and they're actually going to rotate away and play retake on this A-bomb side.
What a beautiful shot. And now look at Nick, who's now starting to rotate back towards T-spawn, in fact. He's going to be very quick. Sicko goes down. Lon's looking for something, but Savage is going to be able to take him down, and Raz really almost slightly overcommitted to that. It's hard to know because he wanted to help out, obviously. HS trying to get the bomb down inside of the smoke, and somehow he dodges every single bullet. Now the big question is this flank actually going to work? It's finally about to come into play. Is Gratisfaction going to pick up a kill there on HS? And oh, Nick, he went there for such a long time, and then it's all for nothing. Savage and Advent going to win the round, and VG going to pick up that first pistol round. That's big. I
was so confused because after they got those 2 openings on that CT side, the one in mid and then the other one in A side, I think, I was sure that they were gonna rotate and then play retake on the A bomb side and stack mid and B. But apparently it wasn't like a rotate to play retake. It was just them messing up their rotations. That means that 2 of the players were caught off guard when the Ts then eventually enter the A-bomb side. And then they just kept taking 1v1 duels as CTs. So no one was able to refrag for any of their teammates. Lonsdale though, CZ 75, we talked about that gun a lot in the last game. This time it will also make a difference, at least in this round, opening things up. Damage being done.
Not that it's going to matter all that much, but I think ViCi even knifed each other a bit running out of spawn, so it's just like 13 damage on Savage, but still.
Oh, let's see if he instant checks it. Well, that's a guaranteed kill onto Advent, or from Advent onto Lonsdale. And now A-side control, all apart from Ras, who's in CT spawn, and then Seiko rotating. Ras taken out. Seiko, the order player, coming in with a Desert Eagle in hand.
Savage to take down Gratisfaction, suddenly to get a bit interesting. Seiko going to be taking down Advent, still a 2-on-2. They don't have a defuse kit right now, so for them to actually get in and get the bomb defused is going to take quite a while. Nick maybe had a chance there. He did simply run out now, and the best he could do is do some more damage, which he's definitely doing on Savage. That might just be the bomb. Yeah, it's going to take it with him no matter what, so he's already gone. And they're just waiting, hoping for a bit more. Well, that's not going to matter anyway. Bomb will take him away. And Savage manages to get out, which I'm kind of shocked. I thought he was going to be within range.
Savage will survive. We'll bring that AK-47 into the next one. Money on Parallax, as one would expect, is going to be the save. But still, 2 players on 3K. Not the worst of setups. Coming into that first buy round in the next one.
Still some C-sets in action, so it can still be pretty lethal. ViCi are going to be happy, I think, that they get this kind of a beginning where they don't have to struggle too much. Big push in the middle. I like this from the New Zealand guys. I feel like this is an interesting situation. Just trying to maximize your chances of maybe running into somebody and getting a big beginning. Here's Raz and Nick picking up a couple of kills. Leave it in a 3-on-3 still, even if they're low on health, and it doesn't look like ViCi are really scared at all. They're just fighting.
No, definitely not scared. Also, almost to a point where it's not really the best choice when pushing in and losing 2 rifles like that. But in the end, they will get the round surviving with 3 of those rifles. Savage has plenty of money to rebuy, so no worries. On the CT side, this is their first buy, and they opt to go for a double up setup, which is rather interesting because Seeker will not have money for armor or anything else but a smoke. So 1 kit, 1 glass cannon, and a lot of utility missing on the CT side, so not the best advice. Just standing in spawn, deciding who to throw what smoke. All the rest of the team setting up for a B push. While that's happening, 2-man stack in middle from the CTs.
Jump out, that's fight you could lose a lot of the time there. Advent almost shooting his teammates. He was so fired up from getting that kill. Double open play on Parallax side. That seems to have happened a lot on the CT side of Mirage today. Just happy to do that. Although Gratisfaction is going to get taken down with no chance to reply. Seeker will take down Soking in the meantime, but still 3 versus 4 at the moment, and ViCi is slowing it down quite a bit.
See Nick here trying to edge out an angle. TB. Very nice bait play from his teammate in towards CT with that AWP. Makes it easy for him to win that duel now. HS. His shot from Seeker onto him. Smoke goes down, flash follows. Pushes him back. Molo will go as well. No, it's not behind him. That's actually perfect placement. Luckily, for the CT side, Nick will come in with the frag.
Oh, look at the bomb.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard one to clutch. He needs to win a duel, and he can't.
Good job on Nick. I just got to say this as a caster. I really enjoy the fact that his name Nick. I feel like we need more people to have normal names. Like think
John.
about, yeah, just imagine what the game would be like with John just defending the bomb side nicely, and James is going to be kind of like, it just would be nice, wouldn't it?
John Doe.
John Doe. Yeah, see that we could even have some wordplay around that. Yeah. I would enjoy it. One of the scouts has, or one of the AWPs has been replaced for a scout, but they won the round, and that's really the only thing that matters. So good job on them. Lons is starting to push up, hiding at the edge of the smoke. Oh, they're actually running past him. This could be a little bit sketchy. The UMP is right onto them, and somehow he gets a double kill. He infiltrated their lineup. None of them knew that he was there. No, that's crazy. There's 3 people top mid.
Walked straight through, and no one spotted him whatsoever. Now, it's up to TB to kind of change this round, and we'll get that one shot onto Seeker, but now they know his position. He will be taken out immediately. Refrag coming in from Raz, and Shoking, the only one remaining. They've almost dropped top mid. And I'm pretty sure Parallax is aware of it, and they have the perfect setup here. So this is one of those rounds that kind of will dictate the economy for a couple of ones to go, because we saw Parallax was very forced on money. They had a UMP-45 and a scout. And on the T side, they'll not have enough money to buy up in this one because we saw one of the players on a Desert Eagle. So key round early on being won by Parallax, and they will get almost a free double here.
I enjoy that quite a bit. Managed to swap out for 3 AK-47s as well on top of saving the AWP, so it's a little bit of an upgrade as well. Made the jump out window onto that scaffolding. Always a good sign when people are able to do that. See if they are going to check the corner here. Lons is waiting. Soaking on the other side. He could use a bit of backup. It's kind of a shame that no one's there.
That's the problem with this kind of position, because you have to have a backup player to refrag to play that window position. He does not have that at the moment. Right now, they will be rotating in so he can guys get refragged easily. It got scary for a moment. Shoking with one, but immediately taken out by Gratisfaction. 2 T players alive. Gratisfaction just getting wrecked completely. He had no idea there was a T behind him.
Yeah, there's a definite sense, I think, in the setup here for the CT side, at least right now, that it's not always entirely clear who's holding what. So the Ts have a way of sort of slipping through the lineup, and Advent has just gone absolutely to town. He's getting the triple, looking for the quad. He's just needing 1 more bullet. Or maybe 2 here on Raz, and it's going to be the end of it. Boxed in, waiting for it. That should have probably been the kill. Now Raz is in the corner, just trying to fall back. And this is what he should do. Just wait for the bomb plant. Advent's the one under pressure right now in terms of the time. 30 seconds.
He has time to go for the B plant, but he's doing the double fake here. Moving into a different position onto the A bomb site. Yeah, that's a question. Fake. 20 seconds to go. Goes for the real plant. And the jiggle, and now 1v1 with the bomb down.
Raz moving in, and he somehow wins that fight with the M4. 28 health on Advent, and Raz is going to be able to bring it back. His team is going to be absolutely excited. If we get the camera view on them, they're going to be loving it. He does have a kit, and he's going to run and pick up the AWP. That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. You said it perfectly there. Like, that loss in the duel where he takes down Raz to 2 HP and doesn't kill him, that's basically the round. Like, he could have won the round easily right there. But his spray wasn't 100% on point.
Still, I think Parallax should have won this round much earlier. So the fact that they didn't, and that it got pushed into that.
This was a full eco.
Yeah, exactly right. So you don't want to see that. And I think it's just down to, like, it almost looked like they feel like they're pressured to do something, even though they have the men advantage, and you know they just have to defend the bomb sites. So just some miscommunication, or I think like a lack of leadership maybe on the Parallax team.
Yeah,
gotta get that under control.
They might be playing a bit scared, to be honest, as well, because as I said earlier, like they could be eliminated with 0 when same as for VG, but they seem to be playing with a lot more confidence right now, the Chinese team. So Parallax needs to get the nerves in order to get this game back. Lonsdale, quick double for him against AKs. That's very nice. Holding down the connector. And now HS is trying to come in. Lonsdale just jumping into his own death. No one expected that angle. Spray not working out at all for HS.
Yeah, very, very long range for that AK-47. The flashbang actually flashes himself, and the grenade follow-up surely is going to be the end of him. Yes, indeed. Raz will take him down. And that's Savage now. 1 versus 4. And again, this is where, you know, you really can't lose this round if you're Parallax. All you have to do is...
He knows it. He knows it's coming his way.
Yeah, he's got it on the lockdown. But like, even if you...
no.
Even if you see it, just, you know, get all the friends involved. You don't have to do it on your own. Nick will show up from short, and that'll be just fine. But I mean, just... Even if you were gonna... Even if it feels bad, just let him put the bomb down. You know, like, if that's what it takes, just make sure you don't lose every single player.
And I think that's the important thing right now for them to build some momentum, to kind of feel like they're in control of the game on the CT side to rack up these rounds. You should be getting a bit more on the CT side anyway, so for Parallax just to relax and feel like they're in control is very important right now. And you could also see it in Gratisfaction's aim there, like he's picking a pixel-perfect angle to like make sure that he can win the duel, but while doing that, he's also setting himself up to fail, because if he doesn't hit that shot, that's going to be the bomb plan. So instead of playing a more defensive, more relaxed role, he's trying to make everything happen, and that can sometimes be the wrong choice.
It's a nice Molotov, forcing them through the smoke. Right into Sandwich Lon, somehow not getting that kill, but Raz still in the corner waiting, and he's rotated very far out. I'm shocked that there's no flashbangs from any teammates there to try and help him out. There's a bit of a team kill in the middle of all of that, and HS is going to pick up Advent. The bomb will be going down. Nobody could stop that. So very confusing round. Now a 3-on-3.
Still 2 smokes on the CT side, 2 kits as well. So that's a possibility. Nick walking his way in. Probably clearing the smoke angle, walking in now. Trying to get that double, he won't. He'll be taken out by TB, and now it's 2 orbs trying to retake. That means that 1 orb is changed for an AK-47. Okay, set. We'll take it. 2-man spray down, 11 HP to go, 3K for him.
ViCi winning a big round, and off of the back of some very questionable defense from Parallax. Like, that was definitely not what you were hoping for.
Questionable everything, pretty much. Also, the retake not working out whatsoever. Like, when you come into a position where there's 2 guys, one even with a Desert Eagle, you should be able to get at least a kill, if not the double in that position. And he just gets taken out completely by TB in that position. Double up setup and 3 SMGs now.
Again, it really feels to me like Parallax aren't always sure where their friends are covering, so it creates some gaps that no one realizes. That's a nice shot from Sicko, though. To be able to take down 1. It could have almost been a second with that AWP through the smoke, but still they're in a 4 versus 4. If they win this round, they actually invested into double AWP with the UMPs as well. That's really strange. That's
a weird choice, to say the least. Now, they are playing this retake now. I called it earlier, and this time I'm actually ready to confirm it. The way that they're playing very defensively in Murder Hole and CT. So they're not holding the bomb site. So they're waiting for VG to make a move and hopefully catch them while they're making that move. Bomb is making its way in. But look at this. They have left this open. There was supposed to be a guy holding Murder Hole.
Yeah, Gratisfaction might just have the perfect timing. No, he looks the wrong way. That's absolutely devastating. Big double, even if he goes down here, he's going to miss the shot. Oh, somehow Sicko's still alive. That's a bit weird. But yeah, that's kind of what we've been talking about. Some of these gaps in the defense that are just, they're so hard to deal with, because by the time that gap reveals itself by one of your teammates getting killed, you just can't react in time. Like, you know, he's going to call in and say, there's someone here, and the only thing you can think is, why? Like, why is this?
It's such an unfortunate timing as well, because they had a player holding that Murder Hole position. He just rotated away at the wrong time. And I don't get why he's rotating away from that, because they have 1 CT, they have 2 on the B side. like that murder hole is the only opening they can get without being spotted if you rotate away from it.
Yeah.
That just seems to be a weird call.
It is really unfortunate, and I guess Gratisfaction, if he shows up like, I don't know, 2 seconds earlier or 2 seconds later or something, then he's probably got the kill anyway. Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Sometimes timing gets the better of every man.
Yes, indeed. So now double up is on ViCi's side, and we've got mostly Deagles playing on the New Zealand side here. It will be Nick going down in the beginning. And looks like they have got a pretty good hold on this B-bomb side, to be honest. Like a couple of smokes, and this is the round, more or less.
They're going to have to rely on the man coming in with the long flank. I think that's Gratisfaction to make some kind of damage. The others are just holding angles for now, but this is a very hard round to do anything with. Oh, that's a nice shot, though. Ras with one, Advent with the UMP gunning down his opposition. And Gratisfaction now sneaking his way in. Oh, should be him spotted out there. Bomb's still not planted. They didn't even bother planting the bomb.
Yeah, I mean, just it's so confusing. Like that smoke that was incomplete over by the hallway, and then, you know, the kitchen window was not smoked at all either. So they could have done that and just put the bomb down and played for that. But they seem very confident in taking the fight, which it worked out this time. But why leave the chance? You know,
yeah.
What if there's another couple of Deagle kills and suddenly you're way behind?
That could have been a very real possibility. The economy will force this time around Parallax to be on their second pistol, which this time around will be 4 CZs and a Desert Eagle. Shoking trying to hit the shot. Will actually advance even though he knows there's one in connector. Lonsdale on that B bomb site getting a frag. Oh, not on the B bomb site, in the connector. Oh, in the underpass, excuse me.
Yeah, he's boxed in. Oh, he's going to get that headshot anyway. There is someone coming behind him, and he almost gets that double kill. That would have been quite impressive. 2 versus 2 now. Another very odd round indeed. Advent and Savage just trying to find a way through the map at the moment. If they make any noise right now, Nick is going to be able to hear them. Oh, Savage is sneaking in. He's making a lot of noise, and Nick is ready for it. That shot went right over his shoulder. And that's going to leave Advent alone.
And another pistol round potential win here. 2v1 for Parallax. Remember, they only invested in CZs and a Deagle in this one, while VG had the full setup. So this would be a big win, another one of these key rounds here, if the New Zealand side can take this one home.
Yeah, they don't have a kit picked up right now. Obviously, one bullet and Advent's going to be gone. I think that might have been his chance right there. Running back in, and he goes down to Nick. So kit or not, they're going to have to time for the defuse. That's a massive win here for Parallax. They're going to love it.
And definitely also bringing home 2 rifle, or one AK and 1 AWP, and some utility as well. So this is a big win for them. Coming in with almost nothing. They would have money to buy anyways. Now they have even more money, at least in these 2 players here. So yeah, great for them to get some more momentum in, get some more CT rounds in before we move on to the next half.
They rebuy another AWP just to have the double there. So they're quite sure that that's what they want to do.
This is also a round where if VG lose this, they're going to be either on a force buy or on a pistol. So
yeah, that's true.
Could be momentum shift for Parallax if they take this one as well.
Flashbang goes really far.
Oh,
and
that's
there's Lons. It's absolutely perfect, you're right. But they don't really follow it up, and I think that was because Savage was hiding inside of the smoke. So when he gets out, he can sort of cancel that out. TB, good timing, but somehow missing every single bullet. Going to pick it up anyway, it seems like, and now it's just Gratisfaction to go down as a set of really odd battles that are going on, which...
This is such a weird round.
Yeah, it really... We've had a couple of these, I feel like.
Yeah. And I feel like it's because, like, individually, both teams are playing, like, the players are normally hitting shots.
Yeah.
But I feel like both of them are playing scared right now. It's this, like, even though the game is this round is technically decided, I'm pretty sure it's only the top 2 teams that go through, and that is Wololos from Spain and then Belgium from Belgium, obviously. And these 2 teams are technically already eliminated.
Yeah.
But it is the fear of going out of this tournament without a single win.
Yeah, you want
VG on
something.
home soil, they have to get a win here. Parallax came all the way from New Zealand. How gutting must that be to travel all that way and then not get a single win? So both teams are having a struggle.
Sage chest. That's a nice running headshot. I think Raz, he was sort of trying to fall back a bit, but got caught. Very swift kill. 5 versus 3. And now with Nick gone to soaking as well, it's just looking worse and worse here. 7 rounds, could be 8. That's a nice shot from Gratisfaction, and there's something else to consider, you know, like if you do really well here and people see you as a potential talent, maybe you're the one who's going to get a phone call. Even if the team as a whole is not going to last forever, then there's always that chance.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that this lineup is a mixed bag of players.
Oh my god.
Wow, okay.
Gratisfaction actually hitting some great shots in this round, including the no-scope. Why not?
I was pretty sure that round was over, but Gratisfaction wanted it otherwise. 4K from him.
He's really having a good time.
Well, yeah,
I mean, in spite of the fact that they're losing or not doing too well.
But as I said, like I'm pretty sure this is a mixed bag of different players.
Yeah.
From Order and Greyhound and some other teams I don't really recognize the logos of. But then again, this is a great platform to kind of sell yourself or make an argument for why a team or an organization, both in your region or maybe in another region, should kind of look at you as a player. That's the one thing that Australian CS has. They have that like opportunity or ability to actually play with North American players as well, because they speak the same language.
That does help out quite a bit. Great if we could have a player from New Zealand who should join the international rosters. That would be interesting. Yeah. I quite enjoy that.
Love to see that.
Nick and Raz holding the B bomb site, and the bomb is really far back. In fact, ViCi just look like they're sort of doing more or less a default, just spreading out, covering all their bases at the moment. Ooh, that could have been an opening.
Oh, once again, nice shot from Gratisfaction. 4K in the last one, and nice headshot onto TB in this one. And it seems like they're fighting back. They had a very, very struggling start to the CT side, but now on 6 rounds, could be well on their way to 7 and actually winning this half. Free opening, but Advent turns around. Trade from both teams here. 3v1 though.
Yeah. With 30 seconds and the bomb down, there's not really anything that HS can do. I mean, he has to run and make all this noise, and there's going to be put an end to. Raz will pick that one up with 1 health left. And they couldn't actually swap out the UMP. That's a bit annoying, but I guess he could just buy into this round if he wanted to. It's the 15th anyway, so 7-7, scoreline all tied up, and we're getting to the end of the first half now.
Very close, as you would expect. Like, these two teams have both had tough times against the opposition in the group, but one would probably expect that, seeing as the 2 other teams seems to be on a different level, also from Europe, which generally in Counter-Strike is a bit stronger. So it does make sense, but this is proving to be a close one between these two. No one wants to be eliminated without a win here. Oh, okay.
Such a good guess from Soaking. He saw him the first time around. Sigma going to come in with a big double in return, and there's the triple, getting the headshot. Couldn't quite put the pistol into play, but still, it's just TB left. In 1 versus 2 here, just got the kill, so I guess it was a 1 versus 3, and he's going to go down to Nick. That will be 8-7 in favor of Parallax, only barely, but I guess it's definitely better than nothing. Yeah,
really nice. They lost the first 3, then got back, won a couple of rounds in a row, and then it seemed like ViCi had control over the game for a while. And then they won that 1 round, lost a round, and then straight back in it with the momentum.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like on an individual level for some of these players on the New Zealand side, there were like some encouraging signs of them hitting like really difficult shots and just looking on point. But you can tell that the sort of in-team communication, like who's holding what, who's actually covering what, whose job is it to make sure that no one gets through this part of the map, that just was almost non-existent. Yeah. And that's obviously going to make it a little bit tricky playing on CT side.
And that's what you get with a team like this, with a like mixed team where you have to all be New Zealand players, because like Zico, with just being at IN Katowice with his team, like has no preparation with his team whatsoever, I can imagine.
But they might actually have an easier time playing on the T side for that very reason, that you need less of that. You can sort of be a little bit more freewheeling, and so far they're having a grand old time with the Glocks at least. even picking up a deagle here as the flashbangs hit right in their face, and I think Lon's just spotted both of them, so they definitely know what's up. They're still just fighting instead of putting the bomb down. They're much more interested in that. And HS will be alone in a 1 versus 3.
Yeah, not the first time he's been in one of those, but a very hard one to win with 22 HP. He's trying to seek individual duels, but at this point, Raz will just push him, and that'll be the end of the round. He's just running away now, trying to find another weapon, trying to not give a free kill away to the terrorist team. It's deagle shot, and actually Raz will go down there. So that's a couple of rows where, or a couple of rounds in a row where it has been really irritating to be in Raz's body right now, because he got shot through a smoke in the round before that. In this one, he's going to lose out on a couple of duels with the deagle, so he could be pretty tilted right now, even though his team is leading. And you still have to watch out for that mental strength, even though you're in the lead. And if you're having a tough game, you just have to focus on the fact, okay, I'm not going to be the star today. It's just not working out for me. And then instead of getting mad at yourself and whatever, you have to focus on letting your teammates shine.
Let's see how that works out for him. He's got 14 kills, I think, so...
It's not a bad game for him at all. It's just these last couple of rounds.
Yeah. He's running into some bad luck. Gratisfaction, the one to pick that one up. And the nice return kill. Sokin also taking Lons down. So now a little bit of a sign of worry here as Advent gets the kill on Gratisfaction. Seiko coming around the corner. It's Nick, in fact, sorry, getting killed by HS. And Seiko now alone in the middle. 1 versus 3. And already getting dinked in the face down to 33. He's going to go down to TB. That is an upsetting round to lose with Parallax.
Are we playing Counter-Strike Source right now? Because it seems like Deagle Ecos are back. That made no sense whatsoever. And once, we see it straight on the back of that. Parallax will be going for exactly the same. Technically a Deagle force-up, but nonetheless. 4 Desert Eagles from Parallax, and now it will be VG with the actual rifles and SMG.
And Lons with the Zeus. Not sure about that on the T side.
On the T side.
It's going to be very hard to deal with, isn't it?
No idea. If that's maybe... Well, he gets the first one with the Desert Eagle, so stay with him for a while. I could imagine a position where if you have smoke in the window and someone's holding close to the smoke, do you think you could just spam the Zeus to the smoke and then...
Yeah, maybe just jump and...
Yeah, could be. But yeah, usually Zeus is reserved for the CT side.
I'd go for... Like, if you get the bomb plant down, you smoke it up and then hide inside the smoke with the Zeus or something like that.
That would actually be hilarious. I hope that happens. But once again, the Deagles are working their magic.
Yeah, Soking not even checking that sandwich corner, which is a real problem. Savage making a jump to reveal himself. He's going to go down at Gratisfaction. Another Deagle headshot. And it's just all gone wrong for VG here. They're not loving it at all. There's Lons ready and waiting. Maybe he could have jumped off the ledge there with the Zeus, and that would have been the perfect time.
I think we might be in a version of the scenario where this is not actually Counter-Strike Go. This is Counter-Strike Source, because the Eagles are dominating. Existence is through to the tournament.
Yeah, it's true. There's something weird going on.
Now we just need Shocks to come back and be the greatest player of all time, and it's done.
Shocks and RPK. What obviously is...
Well, RPK is in this tournament. So.
Yeah, obviously as 2 Danish commentators, we obviously want wants to come back.
Oh, don't even.
Could bunny jump around with the AWP and shoot people? Good time.
That's my favorite time.
Oh, that's nice. Grenade and AK-47 spray to follow up. Raz will easily take it. Socking's really having a hard time checking the corners. I mean, at least for a couple of rounds.
Doesn't care, just goes head first for the duel. Slow setup here, smoke towards short. Flash 2, flush them out from the position and then rotate back. And play it all through T-spawn. And the question is Savage going to hold a close angle if he's going to go back? He does have that Zeus.
That's the difference maker.
Oh, let's see, he's actually going to go back, so he's not going to hold the close angle. The Zeus will be very hard to use now.
My dream is still that someone tries to do a run boost with a Zeus, just because it'll get you close, you know. I feel like in my mind I could see it happening. Like it must be possible.
Very wide angles right now for Savage. And when that flashbang, when that lands, they have to be sure. Actually, they're spending a lot of time clearing. Okay, that's because they need to pick up the M4, and that makes sense now. So M4 picked up. If Hey gets an opening, or Savage gets an opening here, they might go for it, but with him taking out this round is lost already.
Oh, yes. Nice job on Raz. That was looking more confident. Triple in the round for him. Not worried about the deagle on the other end.
Nice.
11-8 now with a 3-round lead in favor of the New Zealand team. And so far they're I think individually they're still looking pretty strong. It's just that there doesn't seem to be much in the way of team play, but we've kind of explained why that maybe is.
Yeah.
So I guess we can kind of, let them off.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, if that can carry you through, then you don't really need it. And also, this is not a tournament where they had a lot of time to prepare for anyways. Even if, let's say, they were trying to build some strats and build some ways of spreading out in defaults and stuff. So they're just relying on what they know works. And it's working right now, so no real critique. Triple for Zico. He's been playing a really nice game so far, 23 frags. Obviously the player on the team that's done most recently by qualifying for in Katowice and getting experience there.
Yes. They're traveling all over the world, it seems. 12-8, so 4-round lead, as finally the Chinese side are back in the money. Can pick up the M4s. Kind of limited, no kits and very few grenades as well.
This is a round they need to win, to be honest. If they let this one slide, I'm pretty sure Parallax is just going to take it to 16. This is another one of these key rounds, especially for ViCi right now, since they have no money if they lose this. They're going to have loss bonus, yes, but they're never going to be able to have a goodbye.
I'm wondering if Gratisfaction heard them running behind. It doesn't... maybe he did. I feel like he should have, but regardless, they're not going to care that much. They're going to put the bomb down instead. Is he actually looking at top mid? Because that would be... that'd be great. 4 versus 3, and especially if the CT spawn player in TB, if he goes down, that's a lot of trouble. But they're going to get both the kills in return instead. Parallax not really sure what's going on there. Scratchfaction getting one Raz with the follow-up on HS, and
yeah, it's planted for him. So.
Yeah, this is great.
And that's 13. Raz with another double and Gratisfaction with a triple, and 13 rounds on the board. And as I said, VG. Money situation not good. That, of course, get the loss bonus, so it's not like they can't afford anything, but they need another miraculous deagle round to get back into this game, because Parallax, plenty of money on at least 2 of the players, 3 of the players actually. 7.5, 7.7. Plenty of cash to go around. And as we all know, cash rules everything around us.
Yeah, I've heard this before, though increasingly I'm starting to doubt if that's true.
5-7. Doesn't care about cash.
A couple of good... In fact, make it a triple is... they were all more or less stacked on top of each other there. A little bit confusing. HS with a pretty big task at his hands. He had the only FAMAS, the only rifle in play. It looked like they called for a timeout here the next round.
That's actually one thing that I am curious about, why they haven't done that yet. Because they have these tactical timeouts. You even see the admins asking if it's a tactical one, and yes, it is. I'm kind of wondering, if you're VG and you've lost these 5 rounds in a row.
Yes.
I would probably have called it before this. But then again, I am not a player in this tournament, so that might be why.
No, but they're very near the edge at the moment, so
yeah,
you have
exactly.
to think, Jesus, that mouse is just so quick, isn't it? I remember we've seen this before. What was the tournament where the first time we saw this kind of movement?
That's actually a good question.
I can't remember now, but I remember we were all, it was on Reddit and everything. That's how excited people were.
Oh, yeah.
There's been too many tournaments for me to remember, I feel like. But
Yeah.
we've seen it in the past. 14-8, and the 23rd round coming up now. Parallax just 2 rounds away from taking the first win, and that's a good start there. HS caught sleeping in the window.
That's very nice, because usually you expect the top mid smoke to land, but he just, like, his teammate waited 1 or 2 seconds more so he could get that opening peek. And even if he doesn't land the shot, the smoke still lands. So he just gets basically a free peek, because no one expects an AWP to peek there when the smoke going down, when they see it coming over the rooftop. That's a nice little extra edge to get.
It's a good refrag there. They did lose Lons in the meantime, but that's Nick taken down, soaking, and it's going to leave Savage. They even spotted him with the AWP. Gratisfaction was actually holding that angle. So it'll be very tricky indeed. Molotov going to force him back, and Gratisfaction's right on the other side. Almost could have got that one down to 34, in fact. So with the bomb plant. He sort of has to make his way out and just try and save this into the next round. That's match and map point here for Parallax. Interesting.
They've been really good on this T side, and as we were talking about earlier, this team might have some advantages on the T side compared to the CT side due to the fact that they are effectively a mixed team. And we got that proven pretty clearly, to be honest. Only one round on the board on this CT side for ViCi. And Savage will even be taken out here because, and there's no reason not to hunt him for Parallax. They have 15k on Seiko, 13k on Raz, so the amount of damage economically you can inflict onto ViCi is so much more meaningful than the amount of economy you could lose, even if all your players died.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just try and, especially the AWP, try and get that away. No reason to want to run into that the next round. So 8 rounds currently for ViCi Gaming, and they have very little utility and weaponry in this round. They do have the AWP, but so far they've had a hard time winning fights against Parallax, honestly.
They need to win the exact same number of rounds as they won on the T side, now remaining on the CT side, in order to take this to OT. And they've only won 1 so far, so that's a hard ask. Shoking, take down Lonsdale. Jumping Max 7 is far away and not able to do any damage from that position, or any real damage. But still, 2 players down on that Parallax side. Smoke is coming down from Nick. And the question is this the setup for the split A, or is this the fake?
Yeah, it's a good, I think, yeah, so that's a window smoke from Nick. Can't throw that in quite a number of ways from that hallway, so. Also for Connector, there's a shame that there aren't too many people around for ViCi to actually see that happening, because otherwise maybe they would move out of the way a bit. Oh, that's a nice shot, Seiko, to take down Savage and HS. Is he going to be aware? Nick is already down on the low ground. That AK spray. Oh, Seiko actually helping him. Nick caught a bit off guard there for a minute, but now it's back into a 2-on-3, so big turnaround here. Advent and Soaking, can they make it work? Raz is finally going to be going down, but Seiko's got such a good round already. They're both stuck in that corner. That's very awkward indeed.
Have to change at least one player out of this position. Seiko's holding the corner. Now, Advent 1v1.
Oh, nice one. Ace to close out the round and win the game, 16-8. Seiko taking care of business. That's Parallax, the boys from New Zealand, picking up a win against ViCi. Didn't really see that coming. That's exciting.
Yeah, very nice from them. Good result from Parallax. Kind of questionable decision making from Savage, not switching his position after showing it with the Max 7 in the last round.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it will be the New Zealand boys to take home the win here against the Chinese home favorites.
Yeah, I mean, just if you look at their results earlier in today, wasn't always going to be exactly clear that was what was going to happen. And their CT side was definitely very questionable, but their T side, they were sort of allowed to run free and roam free, and they enjoyed that. So it's good news.
Definitely, and nice to see the potential, at least the individual potential showing. And Seiko getting the ace to finish it off. One of these very promising players to come through of New Zealand. But yeah, it's gonna be nice to see how they perform in the future, but for now it's going to be the focus on Belgium and Wallolos in the further advancement of this tournament.
Yes, indeed. We'll pick it up with them later on. For now, we're going to go to a break, and I think that's also the end of the at least the broadcast for today.
Come back tomorrow.
Yeah, you should definitely come back tomorrow. There's obviously tons of games going on. I mean, there's like Hearthstone and StarCraft and Dota 2, so there's a lot of stuff you can still watch here at WESG. But yeah, stick around, and we'll be right back.
今年春节打开支付宝，找到蚂蚁森林，让年过得有分量。浇水得来的时刻五福临门，54克的低碳出行，5克的移动支付，40克的绿色包裹。当这些分量加起来，直到这个数字，就有一棵真树被种下。2018，这一刻改变。 下一刻美好。
家中常备王老吉，
更健康；家中常备王老吉，更清爽；家中常备王老吉，更实在。怕上火，绿盒更实在；
怕上火，绿盒更实在。
叮叮当，叮叮当，王老吉润喉糖，好舒爽，好健康，陪我走四方。你一颗，我一颗，大家齐分享。
哇，舒爽！王老吉润喉糖。
你好，北京现代，帮我把空调温度调高一点。附近有什么好吃的吗？
找到以下餐厅。
新一代 iX35，北京现代。